Hey, happy St. Patty's Day, Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2019. Hope everybody's doing well. Photo share and discussion number 268 is live from sunny, rarely sunny here in Atlanta. Actually, I had the sunshine in the last few days. First weekend in 2 months, almost 3 months that we haven't had rain. So 2 thumbs up to that. Everybody had a good week. St. Patrick's Day is today, so I know there were a lot of parades and whatnot yesterday, probably today as well. As you can see, I've got my green, all my green. No green at all. I do have a few green T-shirts I just did. You don't really think about it. I am, though, cooking corned beef and cabbage in a crock pot, so we'll have that for dinner here. Let me go ahead and hop this on YouTube here too. Let's see. So yeah, hope everybody is doing good. The week has been. I'll turn that off and pause. How about that? Okay. Kind of a busy week again, which is good. Get the window pop open here. Busy week. No photography again. Did get some work done though, so I guess that's positive. Hey Wes.
Hey Mark.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
2 days late, but yeah. Good. So it sounds like you had some fun. I saw the post on Facebook out at the local brewery having a couple beers. So
yeah, they had their birthday yesterday. So
oh, very nice. Very nice.
Went over there and had some interesting stuff.
Okay, good. Any like specialty stuff, cask stuff, or anything like that?
Not cask, but they did like a couple of different New England IPAs.
Okay.
And a stout, a vanilla espresso stout. It was really good.
Oh, good. Yep. Yeah, that's. So how many breweries are in Gainesville now? There's got to be a few.
I think there's like 3 or 4.
Okay.
There's 3 sort of major ones, and then there's maybe a couple more like brew pub type places.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was my next question. I got to imagine in a town like that, college town, there's probably some brew pub things. So okay, that's not too bad. I mean, yeah, here in Atlanta, it's just been crazy. I mean, we've probably got 50 breweries now in the Atlanta metro area.
Yeah.
Or 5 or 6, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bunch I've got on my list. I've only been to a few, so I've got a huge list of all the ones I want to go to. So we're going to try to do a little bit more of that this year and get out to some of the local ones. Because there's they all do, brew, and then they'll, most of their stuff, they do their own tasting rooms, and then maybe go to distribute to a few bars in the area and a few growler stores, and that's about it. So
yeah. Do they have like a brew bus or anything that goes around to a couple different ones?
I don't think so. The biggest one is obviously Sweetwater. Monday night moved down into the Midtown area, I think. They could probably do a short one around there, but they're kind of
too spread out.
Yeah, I mean, you got stuff up in Marietta, stuff down in Hampton. I think Scofflaw Brewing is down in Hampton. Yeah, so it's kind of spread out, but there are definitely a lot. I mean, there's a lot up in Marietta, Alpharetta, Roswell area. There's a fair amount up there. Kind of like Zach's brewery where he does 5-barrel system, that type of thing. And but yeah, there's so many here. Just never have enough time and or disposable income to partake on all of them. But there's definitely a few that I need to get to this year. So. Good. So birthday a couple days ago. Did you treat yourself with any new camera gear?
No.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Nothing new. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're right in the middle of packing and doing all that stuff, so you'll be busy for the next few weeks.
Yeah. All the camera gear's packed up except for my Canon, basically.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. How many boxes of camera gear was it?
3.
Okay.
3 pretty big sort of totes they're not real deep totes, but they're just like wide, and they're 6 or 8 inches deep. So basically one camera deep, and just sort of put them in there and bubble wrap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're heavy as it is.
Yeah. The cameras are heavy, and then kind of bulky. But so you're going through a lot of bubble wrap then, or?
Yeah. Luckily, I save it. I tend to hoard that kind of stuff because I'm always selling stuff on eBay and stuff, so I tend to have some packing material type stuff around. So
if you're buying stuff, even records a lot of times now, if you're buying them, they show bubble wrapped a lot of times. So and anything you're getting from eBay or any electronic equipment, I kind of do the same. I've got a box full of bubble wrap down in the basement that takes care of most of the. Kind of take some stuff there to ship something out, and then when you get a new box in, you take out the bubble wrap and kind of replenish the bin. So, well, good. Yeah. So you're got the cameras packed, and it still haven't worked on the media room there. You still got the.
Yeah, I'm not ready to pack that up yet.
Okay. Well, that's one of the rooms you spend a lot of time in and doing stuff in. So you kind of wait till the end for that. Yeah.
I'm trying to get. So I got a couple more videos I need to make before I pack things up. So I want to get that knocked out probably tomorrow, and then I'll be ready to start sort of figuring out how I'm going to plan the attack on packing things up so it stays sort of organized.
Yeah. That's that'd be a little bit of a challenge, but then you'll be offline as far as videos and whatnot for a couple of weeks probably. So
well, I have it planned where I'm gonna have like at least one a week for the next 3 months.
Oh, okay. So you've got
2.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing, is sort of getting something in the can.
Okay. Yep. That's good. So nobody will know the difference.
Right. That's the plan.
And then you'll reappear in May, and you're like, "Hey, we moved."
Yeah.
Well, good. Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Doing well.
Hello.
Good.
2 in a row. One more.
Yeah. So did the email link work, or did you just go to Google Plus?
I went to Google Plus.
Okay. We've got 2 more weeks of that, and then it's gone. So, so did the email link work, or did you just go to Google? Oh,
I actually didn't see the email. I didn't see the email. I went directly to Google Plus.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I sent you one to the Yahoo address. But yeah, I guess it's we got 2 more weeks of Google Plus, and then it's gone. They're shutting down April 2nd. I saw the warning when I opened it up today. So
yeah, it had a lot of promise when it first started up. It looked like it was going to be a good replacement for
I don't know. I mean, it obviously never caught on like Facebook, but I think it was, for a while, it became a pretty vibrant community for creatives. I think that was where a lot of people gravitated towards. I mean, it became like the photographer's social network.
Definitely, there was a ton of photography spots on this.
Google There really were. And so it's gonna be interesting. A lot of them are going to what's that site? Is it me.com or something? There's some other platform that is. I haven't really dug into it, but I guess there's another social network that a lot of the you see like the group admins and that type of stuff are moving stuff over to. You know anything about that, Joe? Have you seen anything on that?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. It's basically until the 2nd, April 2nd. They should just shut it down April 1st. April Fools. They just close it down April Fools.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why wait an extra day? Just shut it down April 1st.
Well, I mean, one last shot at making a joke before they go out, maybe.
Yeah, they probably will. Yeah. Google Plus on April 1st and see what they do. And
do Google announcing Google Minus or something like that.
Yeah. The new segment.
Google Minus.
Go to Google Minus.
Shutting down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it probably will be something like that. That's true. But yeah, so only a couple weeks away. So, so I guess we have to do, because now it's just automatically going to Hangouts automatically. It's not even really given. It doesn't give the Google Plus anything. It just goes straight to Hangouts now when you start it from within YouTube. So I guess you just have to, well, just share the link as normal. I guess it just won't be Google Plus anymore. So I guess if you don't have a Gmail address that you use, make sure you start using one, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that'll, are they going to link it up that way again? I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know either. Kind of mystery, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta spend some time, maybe this next week. I said that last week, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So this
At
week.
least you're consistent. That's all.
Yeah, I promise this week I'll take at least 5 minutes and look at it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, starting now. Okay,
to,
now.
Actually, what I need to do is I just need to set schedule an event on my calendar, on my work calendar. So it's like, oh, got to do this. Yeah, that's what it's turning into. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen anymore. So maybe I will need to do that and figure that out. And so I have something for next week, because that'll be the last show for a couple weeks, because the 31st and the 6th or 7th we won't have shows. But so I will make it figure it out this next week, and we can have something definitive next week. So that'll work.
Yeah,
so yes.
I was reading a headline says Google finally provides timeline for classic Hangouts shutdown and transition to chat. So looks like
a year or two from now. Is it like sometime in 2020? Is that what they're looking at for transitioning Hangouts? Well, it's still going to be Hangouts. Are they just changing the name on it? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to have some sort of Google name or something.
Mm-hmm. Down further down in the article, it does say that Hangouts won't be going anywhere for the general public until well into 2020.
Okay, all right. Yeah, then I think after that, the product they have is called Google Meet, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think. So I still don't. I don't
know. That's MEET, right?
Yeah, MEET. Google Meet.
Yeah.
No vegans allowed. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'll take a look at it this week and see if I can make heads or tails of it. They've been threatening it for 6 months, and just classic human nature is like, okay, well, now we've only got a week, so I guess we better figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Get down to the end. So yeah, so Wes had a birthday, and for his birthday he got to keep packing his house up. So he had a good birthday this week.
Happy birthday, Wes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Absolutely, happy birthday.
Yeah. So anybody else get any camera gear this week? Dennis? No.
No, Frank, not.
No. Although I did see you're doing you're playing around in post processing software this week. So.
Yeah, I've downloaded the GIMP.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. You did that a few years ago, and then you went away from it. But now you're back into it, huh?
Yeah, I found probably 4 or 5 years back, GIMP was quite hard because there was no way you could get any tutorials or anything.
Okay.
Like that. But now it's YouTube's full of it. You know, whatever you want to do, there's someone on there showing you how to do it.
Okay. So have they?
I was going to say, Dennis, I tried to download Raw Therapy and opened some DNG files and moved the sliders around. No change whatsoever. Didn't understand what the heck was going on. Maybe
right. You're using an Apple computer, are you?
No, I'm using a PC.
All right. See, the DNG file's Apple.
No, I think DNG.
No, the DNG files are generic.
They're
cross-platform.
I thought they were only for Apple. But,
no, that's an Adobe made-up format, right? Like
it's Adobe. It's open source, so anybody. There's no licensing for it. That's why it's so popular in Canada.
Raw Therapy works fine on mine.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's GIMP I had trouble with. Yeah, for some reason, Apple seems to think that they can control what you can download on the computer now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know what you got, Joe. I've got Mojave.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the name of it. Let me see.
There's another one's called Darktable.
Yeah, Darktable. Yeah, but I looked at Darktable, but Raw Therapy seems to be really good, really powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mojave 10.14 .3. So that's what I'm.
Yeah, well, see, Joe, what I'd done, I downloaded GIMP, and then the computer wouldn't let me open it because it's not certified software.
Oh, it hasn't passed the Apple safety
Yeah, they
check.
haven't paid him any money, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I forget how to bypass that, but it's
Yeah. It's you have to open up a terminal and start typing in sudo commands, right? Because Apple's hidden all the buttons.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple, a shortcut to pass that. It's
Yeah, you have to get around the gatekeeper.
I forget right offhand what it is, but I know I ran into that a lot, and doing what I do. So, but
yeah, I mean, once I got around the gatekeeper, it works fine, And I looked at the YouTube clips to see how things work, and it's definitely come along. I mean, it's bigger than Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. Now, have they improved the interface? That was the one thing. I mean, when I looked at it a few years ago, it was probably 4 years ago. It was just a really horrible interface. Have they improved that at all?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really get into Photoshop, so I thought if I was going to learn something, I might as well learn the GIMP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And what Wes said about taking that pole out of the photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used the clone to do that. I didn't spend a lot of time doing it, but I just got rid of the pole.
Okay. Yeah, cloned it out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on the tonight so you can see it.
Okay. All right.
But what surprised me was I didn't put it in any groups and then suddenly it ended up in Explore.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Jeez, Dennis. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, okay, look at that. Okay, there it is. I'm looking at it now. 1,800 views or 1,600 views.
I only put it on yesterday.
That's funny. That's funny. You just can't get away from getting an Explorer now.
Yeah, I mean, the church was phenomenal. I mean, 12,500 views and 186 likes. And to tell you the truth, I didn't think much of it.
Yeah. It's just you for some reason you never just get the algorithm's attention when they post up. It stops whatever it's doing and it goes over to Dennis's stream to see if there's anything it can post up to explore.
It's probably the begging letters I send them saying, "Can you put this in the Explore, please?"
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Dennis, no equipment, but he's been playing around with software. Joe, equipment? No.
No.
No? I knew the answer. I just figured I'd.
Yeah, no.
What about stereo equipment?
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, that's
so Frank never had any luck with Raw Therapy. Then what about you, Joe? Did you download it and never play?
I looked into it. I didn't download it, but I did look into it after the show. I'm nothing really. I have played around with so many photo editors, just dabbling in them, and even the ones that are really good, the ones right now that have an actual backing and people use them regularly for, instead of using Adobe. I don't know, man. Nothing to me is just as comfortable as Lightroom,
Well, my wonderful Sony people, they offered me half price Pro, but it's 300 still. It's like 650 to buy it, and it only does one camera.
Yeah, just the one. Yeah, just proprietary to Sony. Yeah.
Yeah. So Raw Therapy does hundreds of cameras. Every raw file you can think of, it'll open them.
Yeah. 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 That's. Yeah, I looked at it, but I didn't download it or anything. Maybe I will, but I'm still.
You can't open RAWs in GIMP. So you use the Raw Therapy to do your RAW file, and then you can send it straight to GIMP from RAW file.
Okay, as a TIFF then? Do you send it as a TIFF?
Yeah, save it as a TIFF and put it in. You can play.
Okay, and open up in GIMP. Okay, yeah.
I tell you, if Photoshop, not Photoshop, but if Lightroom was a single license, buy it like a DVD like you used to, I'd be using the current Lightroom instead of Lightroom 4. I'm just not someone who wants to, have that perpetual license where you got to pay $10 a month.
Yeah,
I think they still do have that though.
Lightroom 6 was the last one.
My Lightroom won't work no more. It won't do the Sony RAW files unless I pay them loads of money.
Oh, okay. Now, have you thought about doing the monthly thing, Dennis, or not? No.
No, it's no need really, Mark, because you can get everything you can pay for, you can get free in open source.
Yeah. No,
What?
you can. It's one of those things. I guess maybe force of kind of get momentum going, and I'm like, hey, I kind of like everything. I open it up. I know how to do everything, and for $10 a month, I'm okay.
Spend a bit of time doing a learning curve, and from then on, it's free.
Yeah.
It's getting over that learning curve hump that really, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
People hit that curve and say, no, forget it. I'm out of here. I'm not going to deal with whatever, even though it's free. I know Lightroom. I'm comfortable with Lightroom. It does what I need. I know how to use it. So
yeah, that's a big thing, and it's just a matter of. Well, you're retired, Dennis. So every day is a Sunday for you. So you got all the time in the world. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is true. It's like being back at school.
Yeah. And I do that with some things, but there's just other things that are like, nah, I'm good, comfortable for now. That's but I mean, I did when I first got back into photography, I did look at GIMP, and I spent a couple weeks trying, and it just didn't connect. The steps to doing certain things just didn't make sense to me at that point.
Yeah, well, when I started, Mark, I was trying to read the instructions, trying to find some kind of how to do it, and there wasn't anything. That was its downfall at the beginning.
Yeah.
But now on YouTube, whatever you want to do, you want to do cloning or you want to do layers. There's tons of videos on there taking you through how to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure there are. Have they put together a user guide of any kind? Do they have any links to that?
Yeah, there is instructions now. And it's got so much better from the first time I tried it.
Yeah,
I think it's very Photoshop now.
Well, the on the Mac at least, the one competitor that Photoshop has that's damn powerful too, and I've used it off and on when I do feel the need for Photoshop, and like I said, there again, still only off and on, is Pixelmator. Pixelmator is excellent, man, and it's equally just as powerful as Photoshop. Has all the same tools and everything, but it's a Mac only.
Okay, that's why I haven't.
Do you use the one in the system, Joe? Do you use the one on photos, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I play around with now it's just called the photo.
Just called photos now. Yeah.
And that's good enough for what it is. Some nice quick adjustments. Pixelmator, is very cheap. I think it's, I don't know, $30 or $40. Something like that. It might be $50 now, but still, that's and I think it'll accept all the same extensions that all the Adobe products do as well. You know, I don't know. I'm not, you know, the On1 suite. If you're really interested, the On1 suite is really hard to beat. I that's one of the ones I use. I use the On1 with Lightroom.
So do you do work in Lightroom and then export to On1 to do the tweaking, basically?
I do, but you could use On1 now has developed, I think a couple generations ago, they developed into just a all-in-one. Like you could just open everything and manage it in On1. It's fantastic, but it, you know, like Dennis said, it's a learning curve. I picked up on that learning curve years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of used to the way On1 works. Yeah. I like its different options that it has in there and stuff. So you know, when I'm editing some of my major work, I will use On1 quite a bit. Yeah.
I'll tell you what did impress me, Joe, is that you can save Adobe file format in the GIMP.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
CSV.
I bet you can't save the GIMP's file format in Adobe.
Oh, well, no. No, that's how that works right there. Yeah, we're bigger than you are. I don't feel the need to. You know.
What about Capture One?
Yeah, Capture One's okay, but the free version you get with the camera, it's got no cloning tools or anything. You know, you have to buy the Pro version, which is half price at the moment for 300.
Okay.
Yeah, the Capture One. There's some big fans of Capture One though.
Yeah, Capture One's okay.
I'd consider it if it supported my camera, but it doesn't. So.
Oh, it doesn't. Wow.
Yeah,
well, medium format. So they only support medium format, which is a big deal now that they're supporting Fuji's GF50. Or 50X or whatever it's called, their medium format.
You can use Capture One on lots of cameras, but you have to buy the multi-camera license, and that is even more money. It's like 600.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's why when you stick it in the GIMP, it's free.
Whoa!
Potential show title.
Look at Dennis, man. Wow, nice.
Give him a rim shot on that one.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That usually comes from someone like me, boy. I like that. This new Dennis, boy, I tell you, man, 2019, boy, Dennis has been coming out, man. He's got different photography now.
I'll tell you, Joe, I'm coming out because I think Apple are appalling. There was absolutely no reason to hide all the buttons to download software from anywhere.
Yeah,
they've taken the buttons off of the system, and if you don't know how to do it, you're never going to download anything again.
Well, that's just been their thing, man. Apple's just always done it.
I want to hear something really sleazy. I had my video card go out on me. It's a 3-year warranty. It's from EVGA. I've had it for 2 years, so it's under warranty, and it just failed. Got blue screen of death. The thing.
Oh, oof.
Initially, I thought it was my power supply. Bought a tester. That's perfect. Swapped out the video card with an older video card I had, and the whole system worked perfectly fine. But I called up EVGA, got a RMA number, sent it off to them, and after about 3 or 4 days, I get an email saying, your warranty has been voided. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is it voided? And they pointed out to one of the rear ports wasn't perfectly razor sharp straight. It was a little wavy. And because of that, they voided my warranty. I'm like, I've never used that port. That port has always, for its entire life, has had a plug on top of it. Why are you voiding my warranty for something that's not related to why the card failed in the first place?
Yeah.
So then I go online and do some research, and I see other people are getting their EVGA cards warranty voided because the card was dirty.
Oh,
are you fucking kidding me? And
yeah, no doubt.
There was another one where the guy had the metal mount that you screw in these little screws into.
Yeah.
It was slightly bent, voided the warranty.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I went online, I did a little research and found out that's totally illegal. You can't do that. It's like taking your car in under warranty for your engine repair, and they're voiding your warranty because your taillight is out.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. So I sent them an email saying I sought legal advice. I didn't tell them I saw a lawyer because I didn't, and I told them that what they were doing was illegal. And then all of a sudden, my RMA gets upgraded to the manager. The manager gets a hold of it and says, "I've been following your email chain, and just go ahead and just send it in." So, oh, gee, thank you very much. So finally, I got a replacement card, but I had to threaten them. I had to threaten them with legal action, just to get my warranty. It's bullshit. I would never buy an EVGA card again.
You know what? You know what? And sometimes that's the reason why it's worth doing just a little research, and then you find out that, okay, maybe I'll save $10 or $20 buying this product versus this product. But if I have a problem, right? Like, sometimes it's worth that extra price you pay. Because if you have a problem with Y company instead of X company, Y company is going to back their product. Like, boom, I'm not going to have an issue. That's sad, man. That's definitely sad.
I'm glad you got it fixed, but yeah, it is. But you were the 1/4 of one, less than 1/4 of 1% of somebody that actually called and said, "Hey, this is threatened anything." Yeah. And most people just screw them, I'm never buying it again, and they lose all those customers, but the company never has to replace anything. So
well, you know what's a helpless feeling too, Frank, is when you have a problem with this little company we call Amazon. When you have an issue with them, I've had an issue with them a couple of times, and they're like, "Nuh-uh." You're like, okay, like that's it. That's like God telling you that, no. You know what I'm saying? And who are you gonna call? Like, there's nobody. They're God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna
I buy my gear from places like B&H or Adorama.
Yeah,
I can speak with a real person who's actually in the store, who's a trained expert, who knows the product inside and out, and I can ask them questions and I can get information and know that this is what I need. And if I have a problem, I can actually talk to a real person.
Yeah. And that's one of those things where, just depending on what you're buying, what it is, how much it costs, how important it is in your life, then you go through those decisions of like, okay, do I save a little bit and risk it? And if that's okay, I'm fine with that. Or if it's something that's a little, maybe I'll pay a little bit more for one company over another. And it's
I think people have gotten into this auto mode where if they want something, they just go to Amazon.
No
matter what it is. I a couple of months ago, I bought an exercise bike. All the prices were exactly the same, down to the penny, across all places on the internet. So I said, screw this. I'm going to go to Dick's, the local Dick's, and I talked to the guy, exactly the same price. And I said, hey, is there anything you can do on the price? And the guy gave me 10% off.
Yeah.
Try doing that on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah. There's definitely something to be said for that, but yeah, you're right. The default is, we'll just go to Amazon and get it. And in a lot of cases, that's a lot of times is the best place to get it. Just given
the convenience of it, man. They're killing me.
I mean, they're killing me. The convenience. But if you somewhere else, local or another quality, deal like B&H, Adorama, that type of stuff for electronics or that type of thing, they'll match whatever the price is sometime, in most cases, and they're going to give you good service too. So it's
when the internet first hit, everyone was selling camera gear practically at dealer net. And as someone who was working himself through college, working at a camera shop, it was hell because people would come in and say, hey, I see this price for a camera at $299 and I got it for $389. There's no way I can meet that price.
Yeah.
Now it's different. Now the prices are fixed by all the manufacturers. they have their MAPs, their minimum advertised price.
Yeah. And so the local or the brick and mortar can make that decision if they want to sell it for that, then the same price.
Exactly. So the best price, actually now it's just reversed. It used to be if you wanted the best price, you go online. Now if you want the best price, you go to your local B&M and say, hey, what can you do with give me 10% off on all the accessories, your bag, your tripod, your filters, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or even the gear. That's what I did with my Pentax. I called the guy out in Canada who actually had the camera in stock, and I said, hey, what can you do for me? He gave me 10% off.
Yeah.
That's huge. That saved me $1,000.
Oh yeah.
No,
it's a big thing. Yeah. Well, the one company that still won't do that, Apple.
Oh yeah.
Apple and Google, they've become evil companies.
Yeah, like Sony.
Yeah.
Well, Sony's been that way though. Yeah.
Yeah, Sony. I bought a DVD player years ago, and I can only play DVDs which were for the UK.
Yeah. Sony's just.
And I thought, this is crap. This is.
Just always. I mean, Betamax, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Betamax.
First
example, they just.
My dad had one of those.
Screwed themselves on that, man. Yeah.
I mean, Sony's always had these proprietary things. That's just Sony. That's in their blood, right?
Cards,
yeah, it's just in their DNA. Like they're just
but
that
if you
company.
can have a proprietary system that everyone wants to get on board with, like iTunes.
Apple. Yeah. I was just gonna use Apple as an example.
Then you're God.
You're gold.
Your company goes from 16 to 500.
The two companies with an A, right? Apple and Amazon. Boom. That's it. You're done, son. You drop the mic, walk off. I mean, that's it. A lot of times I'll get stuff, especially after moving to Phoenix. After moving to Phoenix, the mayor of Phoenix should just say Phoenix brought to you by Amazon, for Christ's sake. They can't build Amazons like there's 2.5 million Amazons here for some damn reason. Like, it's crazy, man. But the convenience of living in a city like this is that, like you were talking about with other companies, the convenience of Amazon here is insane. I mean, I can get stuff within a couple hours if I want here. And that convenience is that kicks brick and mortar right in the nuts, man. They're like,
I'm the same way. I'm not in Silicon Valley, but I'm about 17 miles north of it.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Yep, there you go. Because a lot of times, is Amazon cheaper? No, they're either the same price, or some things they're a little cheaper maybe. But a lot of times, Amazon's already got everything. They've got all my addresses. They've got, I don't know, my banking account, for Christ's sake. They've got all my credit cards in there.
Yeah.
The convenience of getting in there. I open the app and I can hit buy now. By the way, I want it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much 95% of the time, I don't have a shipping issue. I can count on their shipping.
Yeah.
Most of the time, not every time. You run into some problems, but God almighty.
Who has Prime? Do you have Prime?
Oh, please. Do I sound like I don't have Prime? Like,
I don't. I just don't buy it.
That's like, do I look like I don't like cake? You know what I'm saying?
Am I breathing?
Exactly. Do I look anti-donut to you?
Donut. Yeah, I mean, it's
I love donuts.
The power, the pricing power, and the convenience that they have is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
and that's just it. Like Amazon even has it where, I mean, they're bringing it slowly, and I love the way they do certain things. Like, slowly, they're integrating Amazon. What do they call it? Cash or something like that. But they're slowly integrating it into different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to Whole Foods and use just Amazon. Like, you don't, Apple's got its cashless thing, and so do Visa and some others, PayPal and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Brother, when Amazon, I recently heard that Amazon is going to start in certain areas experimenting. I wouldn't doubt that Phoenix is going to be one of them. I wouldn't doubt Atlanta is one of the areas where they're going to start experimenting with their own markets other than Whole Foods, right? They want more of a bargain. So I would imagine they're going to come after Kroger's and the Albertsons, the big boys, the big chains. Man, if you could go to a market that is a Kroger affiliate, I mean, you know, something similar to a Kroger in your area, something similar to a Trader Joe's, or something that's more affordable than Whole Foods, dear God. I
hate Whole Foods. I mean, they got good stuff, but God damn, they're expensive.
Yeah.
There
are some things that they're really, really. There's a few things kind of sprinkled. It's like finding a golden nugget, you know, in the stream. Or every once in a while, there's some stuff that's really, really super competitive price compared to other stuff. But for the most part, yeah, it's definitely.
It's nicknamed Whole Paycheck for a reason, you know.
Yeah, right. This is how smart Jeff Bezos is. He tells the entire country that he's looking for a new headquarters, right? So all of these cities across the country start building up bids to have Bezos come into their town and build this huge second headquarters. Within those bids is all of the current and future infrastructure plans for each of those cities. That information itself is worth billions. He now knows exactly where all the freeways are going to be, what all the stores are going to be, where all the main buildings are going to be, and you can use that information to do now better strategically plan which cities are going to have the Amazon stores and where to put it.
Great point. That's a great point.
That's you say how smart he is. I say how evil.
No, it's the truth too, because one of the issues that some of those the cities that won. That, you know, those places that won, one of the issues they're having is, hey, look at Seattle, right? I mean, you know, the problem with that many multi-millionaires coming into your city is, hey, look at Silicon Valley, look at the Bay Area, look at Seattle. You can't afford these places anymore. Well, and that's the problem.
It's not even. In that case, it wasn't even really one. Like, they were always going to go for New York, you know, like Frank said, it was really just like a smart way, if you want to say smart, to get all that free data, which is like a huge thing, you know, and they could probably sell some of that to other people. And
I would call it predatory capitalism.
And now they're not going to be in New York anymore, right? Just that with the other, what is it, Virginia location or something?
Yeah,
thanks to
Tennessee, I think, right? They're going to
Tennessee. Is it? Yeah. It's another place, but it's
Well, the problem with all of this is that you've got this city where everyone can afford a place to stay, a place to live, and be happy. Then all of a sudden, Amazon comes in, starts making these big plants, paying people $150,000 a year. Then all of a sudden, the pricing of the housing going from $150 to $200 to $300 to $500 to $700. The average person can't even afford rent or even afford to live there. Now they have to move out. So you have this gentrification process of people who used to live in this city can't live there anymore.
And I've heard it's going to get worse in the Bay Area because you've got those 3 companies are going to go public really soon this year. So by the end of this year, and who is it? It's like
Uber.
No, the rideshare. Uber already went public, right? You have the other one. Lyft. Yeah, you have Lyft, and there's 2 other big companies like that are going public. So they're estimating you're going to have something like, I don't know, 14,000 new millionaires or something like that in your area, just in the Bay Area, which could possibly raise the median home price in the Bay Area to $5 million in the next 5 years, man. Like your average.
I find that really hard to believe. Maybe in the heart of Silicon Valley, like Cupertino and San Carlos, that's where what jobs used to live.
Yeah.
But I'm in a very, I would say, a rundown area. I mean, I drive down the street and the billboards, you actually see billboards. Not only do you see billboards, but they're in Spanish. Just to give you an idea where I'm at. An 800 square foot condo is going to run you about $400,000 to $500,000.
God.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the problem. Is what they're saying is with these three companies, just these three companies going public, you're going to have an influx so fast of gazillionaires now. They estimate 14,000 just in your area. Boom! Like by the end of this year. That's because of those companies going public. That's a lot of cash in your area that people are just going to have tons of money to spend. And it's going to, and they're estimating now in the next 5 years, the median home price in your Bay Area, your general Bay Area, could be $5 million, man.
Well, you know what the remedy to that is.
That's
you know what the remedy to that is. Some more photos. You got to sell more photos, and then you can buy a house.
Pat, you got to go up there and shoot those red Ferraris, my friend.
Yep.
Shoot more of those red Ferraris. No, shoot more green Ferraris. That's what you need to do.
I did shoot, that Ferrari that was one of the founders of Microsoft.
Yep.
You did.
So,
yeah.
Outside Seattle. So.
Mm-hmm.
You ever photograph one of those old Bugattis from the 30s or 40s?
I've done the 40s one, not only the super high dollar. I've never done a full photo shoot. I've seen, a lot of them. I've only shot a handful. I've shot some of the old race cars, like the Type 32, that kind of cool stuff. And then,
I think
some of the
Type 34 I was thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong number.
Yeah, well, it's just depending on the year, I believe. It's just, they're all variations where they're almost like a tube with wagon wheels on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've seen there's a big car show that only lasted a few years out here that was kind of like the top tier stuff. And a guy brought out his Type 57 Atlantic, which is one of the most valuable cars in the world, probably at least 50 million and up kind of thing. There's only two of them. Ralph Lauren has the other one.
He's a huge collector.
Yeah, well, he's interesting because he actually doesn't have many cars, but they're the very best there is.
Right.
So yeah, I think he only has maybe 20 cars, maybe less, but they're
really?
starting price 15 million kind of thing.
Yeah. Top of it.
Yeah, he's got big problems.
He's looking for quality and not quantity.
Yeah. I mean, it's and he's actually displayed his cars at museums, because they're worth it,
Right.
And it's just his cars. No one else is just his.
Okay. Well, speaking of museum pieces, I think we have a few in the photo share here today. I'm sure we've got a few.
Right.
I know Pat's posted some, I think, so we got those. And Dennis has been gimping, and he's been sticking it in the gimp and coming out with the images.
All right.
Free images from the gimp.
Yeah. We'll have to make a separate website for that there, Dennis.
Yeah, that's
Grandpa's gimping.
there we go. So this is
there it is. That's the first shot of the gimping. Yeah, there it is.
You just see Dennis in a full latex suit doing photo editing.
Yeah, I'm sure Frank could clone that foot out of the way.
Yeah, that toe adds a little mystery to the photo right there.
Yeah.
Actually, when I sent that photo in for the competition, I gave the title of the photo I gave it that was The Toe. I was just being a sarcastic little shit back then, and actually one of the judges commented and they thought that was rather humorous. And I just remember that. Remember that remark.
Yep.
But yeah, that was an interesting. People were asking, "Were you naked too?" No, no, it wasn't. But it was kind of funny seeing people walking around with towels on their shoulder and their phones or beepers attached to their towels because where are you going to put it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's not many guys who've got a foot.
Pardon?
You guys have got a Okay. So,
Anyhow,
so those people in Frank's picture were probably not going to be hanging out here at this beach, I don't think.
No.
no,
Well, you never know, though. Wait a minute. We've got the Polar Bear Club. Hello.
That's true. Yeah, you could do the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah.
too much shrinkage.
The shrinkage, nice. I love
Yeah,
that.
a
That's
much
a
smaller
great-
toe.
that's
The
a
toe would be
great
much
episode.
smaller up here, so it'd be.
Love that episode of Seinfeld, man. That one's great.
Yeah, that was a good one. So this was taken just last week. This one was just last week in Connecticut. So they had that storm that came through. Yeah, that's pretty wintry for March.
That
But,
is cool. Yeah.
yeah, that was the polar, not the polar. What did they call it? I think it went across the Rocky Mountains and dumped a bunch of snow, and then it hit over here too. But yeah, that's a nice one as always. Okay, we've seen this. I think we've seen this location before. With this fence.
Yeah, look familiar.
Yeah, the fence line.
Hey, Mark, can you do me a favor? Can you get F11 to go full full screen?
Yeah, you do that.
If that makes any
An
difference.
error, you couldn't fave this one. Huh, he's not letting anybody fave it.
I
Yeah.
got that earlier today. I think Flickr is
Yeah.
messing up.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago, Mark? I kept telling you I was getting that. See now, because I didn't get that error at all.
Huh,
A
okay.
couple weeks ago, it wasn't letting me favorite
I'm
anything.
going to try it again. Nope. Wow.
Yeah, and I was able to favorite it. Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, let's maybe refresh the page and see. Changes cannot be saved. Yeah, that's fine. Where are we going?
Yeah, it was doing that. It was doing that exact same thing to me. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. What's this? Singing Ice at Dawn. So this is that same location as that first shot, but look at the footprints going out there. Huh.
Yep.
That
And
is,
3 hours later, the light's gone, and this image is just a
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, then let
Well,
me fade that one. I don't know.
Well, he did a good job of cutting the sky out because that's the part of this photo. You
Mhm.
put too much of that sky in this photo, and you could see from the last one that there's no clouds in there. So it just,
Yeah.
but that he kept enough in there just to give it that warmth. And,
Just to kind of complement the color you're getting here.
Right.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just enough to kind of balance it out. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a good job. Absolutely.
Yeah, one of the rare good images from Simi. I don't know. He's getting a little
Yeah.
better.
He's getting just a little better. You know, he's getting the hang of it a little bit.
Yeah, Wes
I
was
love
out.
this one. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's Wes
Yeah,
was out
we
with
snapped
you.
that okay.
It's a
Thank you.
great blue heron. Wow. Okay.
I love how the bird is right inside the blue area of the background.
Yeah, I like
It's
that
not,
too.
it's not having any green going intersection.
That's
It's
true. Yeah,
just-
it is. It's like
Yeah.
perfectly centered.
It wasn't planned that way, but that's just how it worked out when I was, going through selecting which one I wanted to.
Yeah. So that was the one that was made.
Well, there were several in focus, but I was like, oh, it's kind of framed there a little bit, so I'll get that one.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't.
Well, if you shoot enough, you get lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very nice. Yeah. Is that nice? Just kind of coasting along there.
Wes, do you know how many shots you took that day?
At 800.
Yeah, exactly. my point exactly.
800. Yeah.
Yep. And I threw about 700 of them away.
Yeah. Yep.
And of the remaining 100, you probably kept maybe 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, uploaded
really, the high end ones you like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another great one, Wes. This is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's neat.
The legs just camouflage right into it
Yeah.
once you zoom in. That's really cool.
Yep. And you get a little water coming off the feet. Yeah. There's droplets of water streaming off the legs.
They just sort of jump up out of the water and get going.
And go. It's a trip to watch them get ready. Like and they'll be like lined up in the way they're gonna fly too. So they'll like lined up in a V, and they're on the ground, and they're just like, you're like, who? Like, is someone blowing a whistle? What are they like in their head? And they just all take off, boom, and you're like, you want to just stand there and watch them because you're like, it is so amazing to me.
Yeah, it is. Yep, it is.
I think there might be like one alpha bird, and everyone follows that bird's direction, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely, but they're in tune to him somehow, or in tune to that. You know, like it's almost like there's some sort of sound or a whistle, or God is blowing it. I don't know what in the hell happens.
Yeah,
but
there has to be a hierarchy in the way their group is formed.
There has to be. And for all of them to take, I mean, just like maybe it's a frequency we don't hear. You know what I'm saying? That's very possible, but it is
body movement.
It's very cool. Yeah, or body. Yeah, that could be. It's whatever it is that they're in tune to it, and you're not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Morning catch. A little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
This is cool, Wes. This is an awesome shot. This should be blown up and put on the wall, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Yeah, that is awesome. And doesn't that suck? Like, someone's always the brunt of the joke, right? Someone's always not laughing, and everyone else is rolling on the floor. And that fish took one for the team, right? Like, we're like, that's a great shot.
Yeah, yeah. Fish is like, speak for yourself. Yeah.
Exactly, right. That fish
not so like, great for me right now.
But it is, man. I think that one's great. Yeah, that's
breaking the fast. What do you mean by that?
Well, the breakfast, right? Yeah.
Breakfast, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Breaking the fast, yes.
It's morning time when you're shooting these. Yeah.
And this is at 150 to 600.
Yeah, Sigma contemporary.
Yeah, this is great stuff, man.
It seems like a very massive, heavy beast of a lens.
Yeah, the lens itself is about 6 pounds. It's not light.
So you're what, monopod?
No, handheld.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll use a monopod, but not too often.
Walking the trail. Out for a walk. Literally just walking along the shoreline there.
Yeah.
Those are big birds.
Wes, you're out in Florida?
Yeah, northern part of Florida.
Oh, okay. Helps to live in the right place.
Yeah, it's
there's a guy in San Francisco. He constantly goes out and photographs the Golden Gate. He gets amazing shots that visitors, they have like a 1 in a million chance of actually seeing that kind of scene with the lighting and the atmosphere coming in. Yeah.
But he's probably there every day. Yeah, he probably does that every day.
Yes.
I actually live not far from, one of these deals where all the cranes happen. And I don't know why I don't go there. I used to go to that place that was like 2 hours south of me when I was in New Mexico. It's a lot of fun to mix it up and shoot the birds, man. It's more fun than I realized. And I kind of miss it now that I'm seeing Wes's photos of it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if it's a nice day out, it's great to be outside and just enjoy the weather and
I'm blowing it right now because I should be out there, man. I'm literally 20 minutes away from this place. Yeah.
That's I need to just shoot anything other than cars sometime.
No, honestly, Pat, really. Yeah.
Just mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Pat, we should get down there, because it's right by the racetrack. You know where I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could bring the kids. You can make it a family thing too. We can get out there and shoot a little bit. You could bring the kids, and they would love to see the animals as well. Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, because it is fun, and it's fun. The fun part of it as well. Well, like Wes, you look at Wes's work. He mixes it up. He's shooting students, he's shooting buildings, and then he'll do birds, and you know, like he mixes it up quite a bit, man. It's great. I think it makes you, and then by the time you go back to what you love to do or your main thing you do, it gives you these different perspectives that add to your photography.
100%. I mean, it all kind of plays, and I think you get, what I notice I do is that, like, I get very stale where I end up, you know, a lot of it for like the production work, like the auction cars, a lot of time they literally just kind of want the same photos. But I feel like if you don't mix it up, then you end up taking the same stuff just over and over and over.
Yeah. And it's not fun. At that point, you're not having any fun. It's you know, you're doing Sears portraits, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're like Sears portrait. You're Kmart photographer now, man. Like, you know, put your feet in the box there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, so this is great.
Yeah, this is neat. So yeah, so one eats, and then would the other one eat, and the other one watch out?
No, the other one just seemed to watch, and this one was jumping up and getting the little flowers or whatever those are at the top there.
Yeah, at the top of the grass. That's neat. Yeah. Okay, so here's Dennis's. This was the one last week. He had this image, and there was a pole there. So he stuck it in the GIMP, and it went away.
Baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't stick your pole in the GIMP.
Yeah, don't stick your pole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you did that, and then it went on. It got on Explorer, huh?
Yeah, I didn't put it in any groups or anything because I was just going to show you. I managed to get the pole out of the way.
Yeah.
And the next thing is it's in Explorer.
The pole was holding it back.
Well, the pole. You know, well, after you put the pole, you know, in the GIMP, then it goes a little limp and it's out the way. Yeah, so yeah.
Me and the GIMP, we're like that now.
After all that gimping, your pole naturally gets out the way. Yeah. Then you have shrinkage. Yeah, that's what happens there. Yeah.
I'm not touching that one at all.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that you know.
Taking the fifth.
So how long did it take you?
Not safe for work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We can't go anywhere with this now. No matter what direction we go, it's not good.
I don't know. It depends on your.
Yeah. Depends. Could be good.
I think we're going in the right direction, guys.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Unintended.
Right.
So, Dennis, how long did it take for you to get your pole out of the GIMP?
Yeah.
About 30 seconds. I didn't spend a lot of time doing it, actually.
Okay.
The GIMP's cloning tool seems to be quite good. The hardest problem was missing the birds.
Uh-huh.
So because I've done it once, and I actually ended up with 2 cloned birds next to each other, so I had to like restore it and do it again.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's a good. You did a good job, actually. I mean, you can't really. Doesn't seem to be anything real like artifacts of it. So. And that's where it was, right down here. Was this the standard for it?
Yeah, it comes out the concrete there and was like going up past the birds on the side.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Well,
yeah.
I would like to just to say maybe it would look bad. I don't know. I'm thinking, what would a different version of this, if you had opened up the shadows of the birds just to get a little more detail out of them? Would it look fake? I don't know. Maybe it would.
Yeah, no. The original file was quite dark. I had to bring up the darks anyway to
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
get some of the beach back in because most of it was just like black.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
But first of all, I stuck it was the old raw file I took ages ago, and I stuck it in raw therapy first, and then just bounced it into GIMP to clone off the pole.
Pull that off. Okay. Yeah, good. That's a good result. Actually, if you didn't know it was there, you would never know it. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is another old raw file. I just selected a few raw files and stuck it in raw therapy and had a play.
Mm-hmm.
But this one does my eyes in. If you stare at that too long,
yeah, Just kind of burn your retinas out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 3D is really there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Dennis has been experimenting. Okay,
Yeah.
so here's another
There
one.
you go.
Yeah,
That's a nice combination of colors there.
yeah. This is raw therapy. Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of a YouTube channel called Finding Middle Earth?
No.
Trey Radcliffe.
No, it's not Trey Radcliffe. I forgot the guy's name, but he did a study or a comparison of a variety of different raw file editors.
Okay.
And apparently, when you open up a raw file, it's not the same. It's different from each different piece of software because they're interpreting the information differently. And even when you open it up and do nothing to the file, it still looks a little different. But they're still doing something to the file.
Okay.
Their best guess on what it should look like.
Yeah. So does he conclude that it's better to use one over another, or like use the camera manufacturer's converter over something else?
I think he concluded that On1 and Capture One were among the best ones to use. Lumineer also, he had very high praise for that one as well.
Frank, there was a guy complaining about Capture One. He said that the Capture One, what does more than the Sony cameras that does Nikon and Canon, he reckons they deliberately dumb down the Nikon and the Canon. So it makes their Sony files really shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little saturation, a little sharpness, and
And knowing Sony, I wouldn't put it past them.
No, why not? It's your own product. It's for your cameras. So why not make your images look the best?
About your old Volkswagen and its fuel economy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Google search. Guess whose results are going to be there at the top first? I mean, that's, Yeah.
So this is interesting. Here's that new construction that's 400 years old, almost 500 years old building in the background here.
Yeah, this was an old 35mm FP4 that me and Tim took a couple of years back.
Yeah, okay.
I just stuck it in the GIMP and used one of their profiles.
So this is like an old timey image or something? Or,
yeah, it was like old type photograph, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so tons of grain. Yeah.
Nick Software has a bunch of different camera presets. I mean, if you want to use them, pretty cool.
Who bought Nick? Was it On
Google?
One?
I thought it was
Google bought Nick.
Google sold it.
Oh, they did. Okay.
I just can't remember who bought it.
Yeah. So who did they? I remember Google bought it, but I thought that they sold it to somebody else.
I think they did.
Okay.
Yeah, for a long time, it was free.
Yeah. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of those suckers who paid $120 for it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting filter. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did make it look an old picture.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is
this firstly went into raw therapy and then into GIMP.
Okay. Nice. Have we seen this image before, Dennis?
I'm not sure about this one. Okay. I did one on medium format.
Okay.
Oh,
maybe that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. This one, Joe, I just sharpened her eyes up a bit and.
The hair, it just stands up, and you can just see every little strand. It just seems so. That adds to the realism of the image.
Okay, with the Leica. Okay. 90.
Yeah.
That's a good lens. So
it is a good lens. There's no doubt about it. It is a portrait lens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very nice. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, it does a very, very nice job with background blur.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look jittery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was wide open. It was f2.8 is wide open for that
The
lens.
background is nice and buttery, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Mhm.
and even the bench is just very well done. Yeah.
That lens is across the frame, obviously, because it's a Leica.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah, one lens I'd love to get for my camera is the 150 2.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only downside there was probably it looked better on a Leica camera because Sony's got that thick filter glass in front of the sensor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The anti-aliasing filter.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, man, I've got my eye lately. This is my latest fad. Is I've got my eye. What is it? A 25? Is it the TS25? I think the Canon tilt shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the 25 because I was thinking about primes. I kind of like the primes, but I was like, the tilt shift. It would give me this perspective on some of my shots that I don't have. And why not use a tilt shift? Of course, for landscapes and buildings, but what about for portraits? You know what I'm saying?
For the same price of that lens, Joe, you could get a large format camera.
Yeah,
It's all built in.
Well, I'm seeing it was the 25 and the 35 specifically. I'm seeing for about 1,200 used. So pretty damn good value for those lenses, man.
Yeah, they're normally about 1,800 or 2,000 new, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shots, man, are, boom. Incredible.
I would think you'd want to go with like a 90 tilt shift instead of a 25 for your portraits, because the distortion you get with a 25.
Yeah, I know, it's that distortion I'm thinking about. I'm like, it'd be kind of cool.
You could actually use it.
Yeah, for some stuff, right? It's just the thought, right? I might actually rent it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You run it and see if you like it. See if it does what you think you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've never played with one, so it's the curiosity is getting the cat right now.
Okay, so here we say, Pat. I would think you would need a tilt. How would a tilt shift work on this shot? What do you think?
Not.
Yeah, that's the Sigma 20 millimeter, which I love.
Yeah.
I think that was, which this was at, probably at like 100 plus miles per hour. And I think I don't know if I had the filter on it yet at this point, but that giant filter outside of a car window is hanging like a stop sign out.
Oh yeah.
Pretty intense, but
it's a big sail. Captures all the,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
what car were you riding in? What's the white car?
The McLaren 720S.
Oh yeah, because that's what you do.
The chase car, a chase car for the Ferrari F40, 430.
Yeah, nothing like riding in a little, $300,000 car to shoot another, $500,000 car.
Well, no, I think the Ferrari is
less than
affordable
that
compared to the McLaren.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's about 250.
Hey, really?
Yeah, because that's like 3 models old or something, that Ferrari now. So
okay, and it's
but yeah,
nice.
But yeah, actually, the next 4 images are all from a. I think I shared maybe a picture or two from a sort of cruise rally thing I did back in October.
Yep.
And I'm actually doing at the end of the month. We're doing another one with more cars. That they're actually starting off to Phoenix, driving out to the LA area, basically up through the coastline up towards Northern California.
Okay.
I think they're ending up in Sonoma. But so I'm flying into LA to join them other than doing the morning drive or the first day drive. And then I'm flying back from San Francisco, but it's going to actually be more cars this time, a handful of the same, probably like 3 or 4 of the same cars, but it should be pretty fun.
So this one, you got obviously the 430, the 720. What else do we have in here?
Yeah, that was like the most cars we had was this. So it was a pretty small one that time. I think they have 12 this next time.
Okay.
But yeah, that lead car, that 720S is the one that the last shot was taken from.
Okay.
That's the guy who kind of organized the thing, and that's the car that I actually drove that through this canyon. That's pretty fun.
Sick.
I got a photo from the passenger seat. The guy is like, "Hey, I'll take a picture of you driving," and got my phone and took a picture. And you can clearly see on the speedometer I think it was like 150 something. So,
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah.
In Mexico.
and I got there in a hurry.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
so it should be fun. And this is my version of a landscape, the closest I'm gonna get.
Yeah. Well, you got the fall colors, such as they are for Arizona.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually Utah.
Yeah, this
Like,
is Utah. Yeah, you
Utah.
can-
Okay.
I think it was right outside. Like, we went through Zion, and this was
Okay.
outside of that a little ways.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which
And
is
that's
interesting
actually-
too, because a lot of the there's several of the models I shoot have workshops in Utah as well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where you could get amazing landscapes, but instead of those automobiles, it would be different stuff.
Yeah.
And if you this shot, like I said, it's 308 megapixel. So if you actually look at the full version, they're almost like each car could almost be its own picture.
Mhm.
I mean, you can see the drivers in it and whatnot. So I think the guy who organized his wife actually blew it up and printed it as like a Christmas present for him, but I didn't ever end up seeing it. I'd love to see it printed just to see what it
Yeah.
looks like
See it
big,
like 6 feet long or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably do that. I would think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
neat.
because I love that shot, man.
That's a great shot. Yeah. Very nice. There we go.
Yeah, and that's the same car. The funny thing about all these shots is, they're just basically doing a rally, and I'm kind of tagging along. So like this shot, the guy just parked the car, and I just jumped down and took a picture because he was talking to the other drivers because he had plogged the whole rally and didn't realize that he took them right to a dirt road. The paved road just ended for like the next 3 miles.
Oh, wow.
And, you saw all the cars that were in the last picture. So everyone was trying to figure out if they go down the road or if we turn around and try to go back. But
Yeah.
a bunch of people were actually running low on gas. So they just decided we're just going to take the dirt road.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's actually it's like a 30% grade at one point, like 1-lane dirt road that all these cars were going down. I have videos of that, but
Millions of dollars of supercars going down a 1-lane dirt
at
road.
like 3 miles per hour.
At 30% grade, yeah, dear
Yeah.
God. Yeah, you
And
don't
I-
want that either. I have
opened-
not seen a road like that. I've been on
Yeah.
11%, 13%, but wow,
Maybe
30.
it wasn't 30. 30 is probably exaggeration. I can't remember what. It's actually kind of a notorious road. There's some list that's like, I Googled it and it was like most dangerous roads in America, and it was listed as one of them.
Let's
Yeah.
take our supercar down a dangerous road and a dirt road. Yeah.
And I got a good picture where you can see those doors are like really heavily scalloped, and the
Uh-huh.
vent, the air actually goes through them. So I have
Yep.
I have a video where I open up the door and it just pours out like, a couple pounds of sand out of the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. There we go.
It'd be a trip too, Pat. Like, you do capture stuff like this when they're in the dirt. It'd be something to capture whoever watches them, like the process. 'Cause these guys are obsessive about the dust, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't touch the dust. Their whole process, each one of their processes for
Yeah.
cleaning these vehicles after something like this is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, on this rally, they actually had someone at each stop. They had a detailer that washed the cars in the parking lot. And that's this.
That's
this
what
next
I
shot.
need. That's what I'm missing in my life. I need somebody to follow me to Costco and
That's-
watch the car while I'm in Costco.
Exactly. You understand? Like, like this right now, this 430 Spider, man. These guys, when you're actually shooting these guys, and there's nonstop towels and whatever all over these cars until the minute you start hitting the shutter.
Yeah.
Like it's something, man. It's pretty cool.
And this shot was actually taken right after they washed it. You can see kind of water on the road. And it wasn't all this is this is actually the hotel parking lot. And then I was like, well, they're all out there, they're all clean now. I'll go and mess around with it, like have a little light wand. And so I just kind of did light painting on it to try to play around with that. Because I've done it a little bit, but not much. That's why, like, the lighting on the side's a little sloppy. But this is probably like 5 different exposures, where it's lighting different areas.
Okay.
And blended them together.
Very nice.
Yeah, because it looks like a studio shot with that, with that highlight going down the windshield and the hood.
Yeah, And then the light in the back is like the parking lot,
Okay.
just a parking lot light, which this was taken at. It's only 6.3. That.
How did you create that highlight though on the windshield and the hood?
With this.
Light painting.
No
Yes.
shit. Really?
So,
Wow.
Oh, an LED
Just did it.
wand, basically, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
probably, like I said, probably like 15-second exposure. So I just kind of wave it above the car, or in this case, I think what I did is I actually kind of ran around it in a circle
Okay.
to try to get the lines as smooth as I could. And then I did another exposure where I kind of highlighted each wheel,
All right.
and then did like the front bumper and that kind of stuff. So every area was lit.
Mm-hmm.
So the reds were kind of even, and then kind of chose the most pleasant to look at highlights as far as like that
okay.
bars and stuff. So
Yeah. No.
Nice job.
Excellent. Yeah.
I mean, if you told me you did it inside of a studio with controlled lighting, I'd believe it. Which basically you did, but it was outside.
Uh-huh.
yeah, which is kind of fun because I mean I would love to do it. A lot of people do it like out in the dirt or whatever. This was just most of the day we were driving, so I didn't really have opportunities. And at night, so basically we all got together for dinner and everything like that, and everyone kind of went up to their hotel room. So then I just ran out and did this quick, and then I have it for. I kind of tried to do each car that was parked there, as they got cleaned, and then
Yeah.
Because the whole idea, the whole reason I was kind of along on the drive, because I was actually paid to be on it, was to get photos of the whole thing, so the different people that participated would have photos of their cars, kind of for their memories or whatever. So it's kind of important.
You're like the event photographer for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
which is cool. I mean, like Dennis is set up right now, a couple of speed lights, a couple of nice soft boxes. Pat knows I always bring my lights because I don't know, and that's actually it's really similar. It has a really similar look.
Yeah.
Soft box on one side, big soft box on another side. And when you're at night, you can do this type of work all night long. The great thing about shooting at night is it doesn't change. During the day, your light is always changing. When that sun goes down, it doesn't change. So you are more in control, and that's what guys like me like.
Yeah, well, and with cars, throw the camera on a tripod, the camera's not moving, the car's not moving.
Right.
So that's why I can do all the different exposures and just take however long I did it. I probably did each car, I tried maybe 3 angles. It took quite a while, obviously, because they were doing a 15-second exposure with like a 10-second timer for me to run over there and make sure I'm in position and all that.
And then time to set it all up.
Yeah, so each shot took a while, so I didn't get very many, but I did manage. I got some great shots and stuff too.
Cool.
So there's actually there's shots where I have like 4 cars in the shot, and so each car lit individually. Then do another shutter, go light the next car, do another shutter, go light the next car, and then just merged all those in Photoshop. And
Awesome. Great.
Very cool.
Great.
So Simi saw that and thought he'd go out and do some light painting too.
Wait a minute. Whoa, Sim. I'm very impressed. Golf clap for Sim. There's no water in this photo.
Yeah. That's true. Hey, yeah, that's true. Wait a minute. Wait. He's out of the middle.
I think he was lost. That's what happened. Yeah, I think
He was looking for the next waterfall and he got lost.
Yeah.
It looks like he's up on a little ridge or something, looking down. Yeah, excellent shot.
It's interesting. It has obviously a very different look than most of his shots.
Yeah, it is completely different. It's kind of all the hardwoods with no leaves and then a few pine trees stuck in there.
Yeah, we said processing. I wonder if he's kind of trying to go for an old look,
Yeah,
it's a decent filter. What's happening, and I would imagine I would love to hear what he actually says about it because he didn't actually write anything in there.
Yeah.
It looks like to me, shooting enough of these, it's dark. It's one of those darker moments. Look at the clouds. There's a lot of clouds.
Yeah.
So the sun's peeking through the clouds right there. So it looks like, right. So that you got the shadowing from the clouds out there in the background, and then in the foreground there's that it looks like just a big strobe shining light right
and
there.
just the sun peering through
That
opening in the
happens
cloud.
when you're out there on a cloudy day like that. That happens. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clouds are moving and the sun peeks through for a little bit at a time.
Yeah. And he
You can see it on
darkens. He darkens the shadows a little bit. He's making the most of a completely quote dead situation because that's nothing but dead trees out there.
Yeah.
You know,
A few green trees.
absolutely. He made lemonade out of lemons, man. It's fantastic.
If I had to be, hold on, train's going by.
Yeah, this is Pat does this all day long, man. Look, I mean, nothing but tumbleweeds and just desert scenery, and boom, you know.
So this is the unpainted aluminum Ferrari F12.
God, Ferraris are just an F12, man. Oh my God, Ferraris are just badass.
Yeah, this one, I posted a picture of it because this is actually in a magazine here. I finally got a copy of it.
That's the new one, right? This is
like the latest front engine Ferrari.
Pat, can I comment real quick? Doesn't this because I love Ferraris. I just love Ferraris. But doesn't this one look like a Vet?
It does.
Yeah, I mean,
if you told me this was a prototype of a 2025 Corvette, I'd believe you.
I mean, Ferrari's been doing the kind of long hood forever, and I think it's a kind of mix of. I mean, it does kind of look like a Corvette, but also the Corvette kind of looks like a Ferrari kind of thing, you know. They've been kind of slowly making their cars look more like all that stuff. Because, I mean, you go back to, like, the Ferrari 250, 275 especially. It's kind of the same profile.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the TDF model. So this is, like, the F12, and then the TDF version is the, amped up version with a more power, lighter weight, all the extra vents and all that craziness. I mean, it's kind of the same platform forever. Front V12 engine, rear wheel drive.
Because for me, the front half, right, the hood mostly is Vet-ish.
Yeah.
And then you get that rear from the rear quarter all the way, and then you go around the tail. Looks Mazda to me. To me, it's this combination. This particular new Ferrari is a combination Vet Mazda. Isn't it? I wonder who, because these things actually do. Pat knows these things happen. You get CEOs that come from one company to another, and they bring their styling with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Aston Martin was owned by Ford for a while,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and then so they kind of had the same designers working on those cars.
Yeah,
so you kind of started to see some similarities and
Yeah.
like the grill shapes and all that kind of stuff.
Similar type of.
It's working for them well.
Yeah. Oh, please.
I mean,
I
Ford
would kill
Fusion
that.
is a really nice looking car.
Yeah, and it looks a lot like an Aston Martin of the era, really, like the grill shape and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And this car, like I said, the special thing about this is, they only made 799 of them.
Oof.
And this is one of the last ones built, and it just looks like silver paint, but as I said, it's actually bare aluminum with a clear coat.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like, the body has to be absolutely perfect, and on like the A and B pillars where those go meet the roof, you can see weld lines and cool stuff like that. And then the front bumper and the rear bumper are actually carbon fiber, but they're painted and then hand brushed to look like aluminum. And in person, you can hardly tell. I mean, you can, but
so this area here, yeah. Huh.
it's and I think to get it not painted costed them $50,000.
Yeah, that's hilarious, isn't it? Yeah, because of all the extra. And does this car not, on like the passenger side on the dash, have like a digital display where they can actually touch, display, and do stuff like why the passenger needs to see all that information? Is kind of crazy.
Yeah, basically all like the modern Ferraris is an option where like right above the glove box there's an LCD screen that's kind of hidden, and you can cycle through things where it'll show like either the speedometer or different like oil pressure, all that kind of stuff, and which is kind of fun because I've been in the passenger seat of one, to be able to see the speedometer racking up in the passenger seat's kind of funny.
Dude, the detail in these cars, man, like McLarens and Ferraris and stuff. I mean, down to the stitching. You can get your own custom stitching. I mean, not just the color, but the way they stitch it. I mean,
well, this guy, you know, actually flew out to Italy to spec his and everything like that.
Oh.
And like they promised him it would be the only one that wasn't painted, and it's all blue carbon fiber. The blue areas are like carbon fiber with a blue clear coat.
Oh.
And the leather you can't see in this picture, obviously, but it's like almost like that baseball glove leather, like a really coarse.
Yeah, you can see a little bit right there. Yeah.
And that's like a very like kind of a special thing too. That I think it's the only one that has that kind of leather and everything. And
So if I wanted to write a check and buy this, what would I be paying for this?
Yeah, good luck to you.
Man.
You can't just buy this one, right? You have to have a certain Ferrari before you can get to this
everything's
Ferrari.
available for a price. I just want to know what the price is.
Yeah,
Well,
but not Ferraris though. Ferraris a different deal. You know.
yeah, I mean, you can buy them secondhand after the fact, but yeah, a lot of their stuff you have to like. This guy actually didn't know if he would get this car because it kind of put him on a wait list, and then you get your allocation and all that stuff. So like he's lucky enough to be chosen by Ferrari.
Yeah.
But I think the standard cars, like a non custom spec'd out one like this, I want to say they're now trading secondhand for like $1 million.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't even know what this guy's would go for, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that he'll sell it anytime soon. It's very much.
I mean,
his
when you've got Jay Leno's of the world hoping they can get an allocation for a car like this, please, son. Like,
And so, so RM back in January, they sold just a silver painted one with no kind of like special, you know, just kind of your typical, it's like a gray interior, silver exterior kind of thing. And that sold for just over $1 million.
Okay. All right.
And then Pat knows it's a big deal. It's kind of like the Hall of Fame. Like first ballot Hall of Famers are kind of a big deal to us, right? Yeah. And it's really similar with these allocations. You've got the Jay Leno's of the world that fight over the first allocation, right? It's not just good enough to get an allocation. I got the first one. I got the first one.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal to these guys, man. It's not just you know.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really, thanks for popping in. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Good to be here.
Good. Yeah.
Got to see some cheap cars.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Junky buy here, pay here cars.
Dude, Rui, I absolutely completely enjoy all your posts, man, on Instagram. Yep. You're a badass on that bike, man. I swear to God, I couldn't do even 1/10 of the stuff you do on that bike. It is so cool.
Have you seen my crash yet?
No.
That's my latest post. So
I see when like your scars and stuff like that, like when you show like your knee is jacked up or something like that. Yeah. You know, but I haven't seen the latest one. No.
We'll go see the latest and tell me I looked like one. I was flying for a bit.
Was it on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
30-second version.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see the blood and the gore.
Yeah, Rui's a complete I mean, Rui's a complete badass, man, on that bike. I absolutely.
He is hooked on mountain biking.
And he just what I like about it, he does so much photography, so much videography from his bike while he's doing that stuff. He gets together with his friends, and you can feel the passion for it in him. You know what I'm saying? You can feel how much fun he's having doing it, and that's
all right. So
that's what's great.
The screen here, yeah, and we're gonna see Rui sharing some blood and guts, I guess, with the.
It's fun when you see someone having like it's their passion. You can just, you know.
All right. So is this it, Rui?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go.
Going
right,
down.
So far, so good. So far, huh? Yeah. God, on camera, it's just so crazy, isn't it? It's like
face plant.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh.
So you went over on him. Yeah, he went down.
No, I'm the guy on the front.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's leading the way down the path, and
yeah.
Follow me. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm lead dog.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's funny. No, a few scrapes and scratches, nothing serious, though, right?
Yeah, it's part of the fun.
Yeah, Pride was hurt a bunch, though, right? Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you have some snails and some beers afterwards, and it's
Yeah,
all
it's all
good,
good.
right?
Not yet. I can't wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Well, excellent show, guys. I'm glad everybody was able to pop in. Rui, pop in anytime. Anytime you have insomnia, you can just. No.
Now, Mark, where's the real photography? Now, I happen to know what Mark is smelling right now. I happen to know what's happening in the air over there.
Yeah,
He's
there's some St. Patrick's Day themed corned beef and cabbage cooked in the crock pot. And, we're going on 9 hours, so I think we're just about ready for dinner. That's kind of what's prompting me to end the show here.
Exactly. That's what. If we had smell-o-vision, we'd know Mark's motivation.
And it's going to be paired with a Guinness Foreign Extra Stout.
All right. All right.
Do that. I am like, I think I'm 12 or 15% Irish, somewhere around there. So yeah.
Oh.
You gotta pay homage to the heritage a little bit at least.
There you go. Did you ever have your DNA scanned?
Yes, I did. And found pretty much what I thought. Mostly Northern European. Some Scottish, British Isles, Germany, a little bit of Southern Europe, not much. And, but big surprise looking at this ugly mug. You kind of figure.
Yeah, I had my DNA done as well, and I as well have 3% of my friends are Irish, so that's
enough. That's enough.
3% of my friends are Irish, so that's how it works. Yeah.
We're celebrating.
Yeah, we're celebrating. That's
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, 3% of my friends are
Irish. Yeah.
Are Irish, so that's good enough for me. Yeah, drink.
Yeah.
Irish by association. There you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, good. Yeah, good one, guys. As always, appreciate it. Fantastic images as always, Pat. Great.
Thanks.
Yeah, good stuff.
I hope I can join more often.
Yeah.
I might, depending on the weekend of the 20. I guess it'd be the 31st.
Oh, no show.
I might. No show. Oh.
Yeah, no show.
Yeah, no show. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'd be joining you from the San Francisco airport, if anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or maybe from a supercar seat, but I guess not.
And Dennis, Kyle Busch won again. So.
Yeah, Dennis was waiting for the NASCAR update. So
yeah. Well, thanks for that, Joe.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, the top 3: Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski. So there you go. That's your. Yeah.
And Mercedes won the Formula One Grand Prix in Melbourne. Bottas took first place. Ferrari didn't even make the podium.
Oh man, what's up with that?
What's funny is I have like zero interest in motorsports.
Yeah,
I like
that is funny. Yeah,
I like race cars. Like especially old race cars are some of my favorite cars.
Yeah,
but like as far as actually watching races, like zero interest.
Really? Yeah.
I've been to NASCAR races a couple times. Actually, had like press passes. I go wherever, and they're fun to like shoot every now and then. But especially on TV.
Yeah.
Pat, I feel you because I shoot a lot of hot chicks nude, but I have no interest in porn.
Yeah. Good note to end it on.
And that's a great note to leave this show, I think. So we'll be here next week, and then the 2 weeks after that, so the 31st and the 7th, no show. So that's when you can catch up on all that stuff you don't like, Joe. Is that those
Exactly. All right, guys.
2 solid weeks of just.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2 weeks straight through. Nothing but.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Dennis, thanks.
All right.
Brian, Joe, Pat, Rui, good to see you. And happy packing, Wes. Keep filling up those boxes. Well,
Yeah.
check in next week. All right. See you
See
guys
you guys.
later.
Yeah.